What's going on? What's going on? We are about to go ahead and let it simmer for a quick second and go ahead and hit the share button. It's the after work talk. We can also, we probably open up the phone lines too. All right. So we had a little bit of dead air. What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? This is Sante here at the pod. And this is the after work session. As you see, we got an open spot, we got an open space, and that open space is for you. For anybody that wants to come in and wants to be here at the pod, you can definitely come here and be here at the pod. We're gonna have we're gonna have basically, in a nutshell, open season, and that's what I more or less will call it. Let me turn this down a tad bit. We're gonna call it open season, where if anybody would like to be on the pod, they would like to be here. We definitely can. But be looking forward for me coming after 5 to the pod directly. We're going to have people directly here at the pod sitting here. This seat is for you. Anybody of interest, I mean, all you got to do is reach out to me and say, hey, I want to come to the pod when I get off work. I want to come talk about my day. I want to come talk about the city. I want to talk about what I got going on. This seat over here is for you. This is for you. We're going to open up the phone lines, but not only that, we're going to talk about a couple of things as far as content strategy for businesses. We're going to talk about gear, as far as things that you need in order to create a good content studio, a good place for you to be able to have, guests, not only guests, but also have people uh, want to come to and visit your space to talk about, um, come talk about what they want to talk about at your space. So that's what it's all about today. But this is a promise fulfilled all day. I look forward to getting here. I look forward to coming here at the pod. Today has been a pretty good day. Well, right now I want to talk about the S3. And the S3 is what we got right now. Right here, right now is the S3. This camera that you see looking at me, looking at you, is the YOLO Cam S3. And it's a very small camera. It's not a huge camera, it's not big, but it packs a big punch. Um, one, let's look it up real quickly how much it costs, because we talked about this the other day, how much the S3 cost. The Yellow Cam S3, and that is roughly 299. So this camera, or 199. So this camera that you're looking at with me is cost 199. So we can get into gear talk and all those types of things. But welcome to after work. For a lot of those people, again, this session and things like this is going to be for people like you. You get off after 5. You want to come to the pod and you want to come talk. You can set up some time with me. You can come sit right here. I'm going to have guests, maybe every 2 weeks or something like that, where they could come, they can go ahead and talk about what they got on their mind, and you know, talk about things that matter or move the needle for them or in their community, or is their business. They want to publicize their business, talk about what's going on in their business, talk about what's going on in their world, and that's pretty much what we have here, all-encompassing podcast studio. And this is why I really got the wide shot. I got the wide shot letting you guys know that, hey, we got a place for you to come. We got a place for you to come and get your content, have a relaxed, cool. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. And it's a lot going on right now, too. It's a lot going on in the world right now, all together, all around. And, right now is a good time to be able to sit down and have a conversation, be able to talk to people of interest. They got things on their mind. They want to move the needle in their community. Not only just move the needle in their community, but they might have some things that they want to talk about as far as some individual things. Like, of course, I know a couple of nonprofit agencies, some upstarts, some new starts, nonprofit agencies. So right now, I know, you know, even if you feel like, hey, let me get on, and nobody's engaging, listen, don't ever, I guess I would say, don't ever too much worry about that. Just keep going, because how it works with content is it's all about algorithm. So that's what we're going to talk about real quickly for today for the next 20 minutes. And again, this seat is for you. Anybody that wants to be here at the pod, every 2 weeks or so, I'm going to be bringing people on, councilmen, representatives, doctors, lawyers, judges, athletes, regular folk, 9 to 5, whomever, whatever. They're going to come sit down here at the pod with me, you know what I mean, and talk about whatever, and give them, you know, um, if they would like to start a show, give them the ones and twos on how to do it, what they think they should do or want to do, and that's pretty much um, the go to it and whatever. So before we go any further, your boy is going to go ahead and um, before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines real quick. Go ahead and open up the phone line. I'm gonna open up the phone line just in case anybody does decide to call. The little bit of time that we on, real quickly. Let me go ahead and yeah. So the phone number, if you would like to call in and have any inquiries on the pod, you can do that. 248-905-1128, 248-905-1128. If you would like to call in, you definitely can. You can call in and ask or inquire about anything with the pod. I'm going to do some screen sharing, but I'm going to screen share also about the website, so you can know a little bit about the website and what's going on, and certain things that you might want to ask, or product services that we here at Effigy Media Arts provide, which is a plethora of things. First thing that you see, we have the podcast studio, which is the pod, 43700 Woodward Avenue, on the borderline of Pontiac and Bloomfield Township. So it's right there, right before you enter Bloomfield Township, 43700 Woodward Avenue. So we do a lot of things. We do event videography, event photography, drone mapping, drone service, drone journalism, um, and primarily, right now, getting into the content space where we're helping small businesses, not even just small businesses, any business, nonprofits, be able to expand their foothold. And because you need content creation nowadays, we are into the content creation business to help businesses go ahead and flourish, because a lot of time businesses just don't have enough time in the day. They know what they need and they know what they want. We got a we have businesses know what they have and they know what they want. And hello, and with that being said, they need someone to be able to go ahead and take care of uh, posting, not only posting, um, digital marketing, more or less, uh, consistent posts and things like that, and keeping them regular in the algorithm. So um, we have the knowledge, tried and true, and we can help you. So packages are being developed to be able to go ahead and help and go ahead and sustain businesses that are looking for content managers or creators that will go ahead and have content days where we go out to their office, collect the data, collect the we go out there, we collect the information or the content and say bring it back to the office, boom boom, turn around, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you got. And I would call it the big three: Facebook, um, Instagram, or Facebook. You would need a YouTube presence too. I believe that's a great thing because as far as reels, but a person YouTube, it's like YouTube has its own specific reason. Facebook have its own specific reason. Instagram and TikTok, so on and so on, right? So you got to know what your demographic is, who you are trying to approach. But the main thing over everything is consistency, consistency, consistency. That's the bottom line on anything and how anything will work, how anything will be sustained. So consistency. So without consistency, you're really just not going to get better at what you're doing. Without consistency, you will not get, um, you won't get traction. And without consistency, you will not blow up in the algorithm. The algorithm won't see you as something they should push. The algorithm push what's in rhythm. Yeah, so it's a rhythm. It's if it's every day at a certain time or every other, so you have to post something every day, and that way, um, the Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, whatever, if you consistently with the post, what'll happen is they will put your post or they will put your advertisement, promos, post uh, at the forefront, or they will begin to go ahead and highlight, or then somebody that's not in the algorithm just as yet. So consistency is a huge, huge, big thing. So that's what we help people with, um, because a lot of times it's just hard to have consistency because you get busy. But as you know, content is dollars at this point in time. So um, we're going to be coming, like I say, more and more often here from the pod, the after work session where we're going to be inviting people to come to the pod. And this is why I have the wide shot, because I wanted to go ahead and make it where you see where you'll be sitting far as whoever the guest may be, and you be coming here to the pod and whatever. But the main thing that I wanted to say is algorithm. Let me go ahead and take this down. Boom. Algorithm. I got that Pontiac WYAC on your DM doll at the bottom. But algorithm, 248-905-1128 if you want to call 248-905-1128. Algorithm. Think about what it is that you want to accomplish. Think about where you are right now. Think about what you're working with right now and what do you need to accomplish the goals that you are embarking on. And then when you think about those things, think about, again, what do you have? Because you might have a lot of the tools already in your tool belt that allow you to accomplish a lot of the goals that you want to take hold of. Like when you start something, sometimes you think about a lot of things that you don't have. Sometimes we don't think about, it's just sometimes our mindset don't think about things that we do have. Like, wow, I got this, and I got that. So when you start to embark on your journey, and that's where I think put one foot forward and God to take the rest of it. Like if you put one foot forward towards your mission or towards your journey, whatever it is that you're trying to do, well, what will happen is then things will start flowing and going into place. You'll start coming back to remembrance like, yo, I got X, Y, and Z. This will help me do this, X, Y, and Z. or I got this, I got that, and this and that. And then you start adding on to your plate of things that you forgot about totally, and you start bringing that on board. And then you start, then what'll happen is the algorithm, the world algorithm, God's algorithm will say, hey, yo, you know what? This person is being consistent in their goal mission. They're being goal orientated, whatever you believe in, God or whatever, right? But they're being goal driven. They're actually consistent in it with the things that they have or the things that they are embarking. They're using the things and the tools that they have at their disposal. What's going to happen is I'm going to allow this person to be able to get further and bigger and better things to add on to what they have. And that's what the algorithm does. Once you start doing what you say you want to do, once you start doing what your mind is passionate about, once you start doing what you feel is best in your best interest, it has no choice but to continue to go. It has no choice but to continue to spill over and create into something else. You might thought of it in the very beginning like, hey, this, but now it'll transform over to that. So a lot of times it's just all about beginning and then it transforms, but then things start to come to you because that's how the algorithm works. And it's the same thing with content managing and creation. And it's all about the algorithm. But it's how you get into the algorithm of life, the algorithm of content. It's all comes down to consistency. And I know because I do this every single day. Every single day. I do content work every single day. Get up at 6:30, 45, whatever. I get up right in the morning and I go do what I go do. But what I do is content creation every day, all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes a rhythm and I become better at it. So that's what the word of today is algorithm. What you're going to do, what are you going to do to go ahead and get your algorithm flowing? What are you going to do to get your rhythm? If you do something habitually, let's say a week straight, 2 weeks straight, it becomes a habit. So if you can go ahead and commit to something that you would like to do, or you say you're going to do, if you can commit to it for at least a week straight, 2 weeks straight, you don't have to kill yourself to do it. Just go give yourself a commitment that you can commit to. And then you create your algorithm. You don't have to go. A lot of people say no sleep. I'll be up all night. You ain't got to do that. You got to get some sleep. You got to eat. You got to take care of yourself. Give yourself a consistency pattern that you can be comfortable with. Maybe it's every 2 days. Okay. Maybe it's every 3 days. I would say no more than three, right? So, but whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, because get a pattern or a consistency pattern. Every 2 days, I'm going to do this. Every 3 days, I'm going to do that. Okay. Create that rhythm, and then it becomes clockwork. Clockwork. Consistency breeds clockwork. And you don't even think about it. It's just like so that's what we're doing here. Where I said I wanted to go ahead and bring and do content here. I wanted to get the wide shot right here and just let everybody know this is where we're gonna have people sitting. Gil Garrett, like I say, Max Main, Delia Sharp. We're gonna have all y'all sitting here. We're gonna have Mia, Mama Mia. We're gonna have might get, like I said, some just interesting people. And there's just some regular folk. E Hathaway, you know what I mean? Like I say, regular folk. I don't mean like regular folk, but just what I'm saying, regular folk that ain't, they ain't got to be all out there and about. E Hathaway, I call down to earth, mellow, good folk. Get E Hathaway over here. Get the council president over here from the city of Pontiac. Get him over here. Get some judges. Get some, some nonprofit people. Dustin McClellan, get him up over here. And talk about what he's doing in the community with his church and and things like that. And, how technology, and not only just technology, but how, you know, how he's doing helps the community, but how technology has helped him maybe, or whatever, just mix in conversation in and out. There's a big conversation. So when I'm here at the pod and I'm just on my own, I tend not to try to go ahead and lean into the political things that's going on right now. I try to just keep it neutral and talking about strictly things that's consistent with the brand of the pod, which is technology and things like that. I try to keep the other conversation as far as political and things that's going on in society. I try to keep that to my other show that I do at home. But sometimes on the pod, when I have people come in, we will talk about anything. Anything goes. So, anything really goes, but I just really wanted to make content. I want you guys to get regularly getting ready to see me regularly here at the pod. And that's what I really wanted you guys to do. So, um, I'm 21 minutes in. And I'm about to do a hard cutoff. And this is going back to consistency and algorithm, right? I told myself I'm gonna come in here, do a good 20 minutes. I'm gonna go home and chill out. Yeah, I mean, so whatever you do, go ahead and just develop some. You don't have to do it super long. You don't have to do it where it breaks your comfortability all the time. You can do it, get it done, and go on about your business. It's just the consistency that will matter. So now, when you do content like this, like you can do something on your phone. You don't need a big fancy setup. You don't need a lot of stuff. But with this content that I just created, I can go ahead and take this, dump this into a place or Opus Clips and get some little reels. You know what I'm saying? Get some reels and go ahead and pump those reels out for the next 2 days, and then I'll come back on here. Today's Tuesday. Probably come back here Thursday or Friday and do another one. But for those 2 days, I have content flowing. I just did. Basically, I can get so many reels out of this um, 20 minutes that I just did. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. And now I got 2 or 3 days worth of content off of this 20 minutes. So that's really how it go. Where you don't even have to be in front of the camera like that all the time, or whatever like that all the time. Your brand can work for itself. It's like stocks. So, but we in a day and age where you have to sit and actually talk about what you got going on. That's just where we are. That's where we at with the world. But you don't need to sit and talk about it forever. You ain't got to be sitting unless there's a real conversation to be had like that where you need to talk for a long time. You don't have to. You can do a little bit talking about what you got going on. Boom, bam, that's it, and cut reels. And they got a thing nowadays where it cuts the reels for you and give you the captions at the bottom. Boom, bam, you good. So with that being said, you guys, thank you for joining me. This is something that I said I was going to do, and I did it. And you probably will see me back this Thursday evening. Yep. So now I'm gonna go cut some reels, like I said, and that's that. Who knows? And it depends. If I feel like it, I might pop up tomorrow. But we're gonna be working on getting guests, like I said, right here. This is the wide shot that I got just because I'm like, I wanted you guys to see that this is where the guest will be sitting that comes to the pod for me. Now, the pod is open for business. If you want to do your own podcast show, you can come here and get the same better, actually, because we got so many lights. We have one, two, three, four. Not this camera that you guys see right here. This is um, a different camera that I'm using just for me. But um, we working with some real toys up in this joint. You know what I mean? So, um, and then I'm gonna make a short video talking about what the pod has to offer and what we have in here. Pretty neat, if I must say. So, we're gonna do a short, video reel on that real soon, just to let you know what's going on and what we got in here. We playing for keeps. All right, you guys. I hope you had a wonderful day. I know you all getting home or on your way home. Try to have a good one for the rest of the remainder of the day. Take it slow. Take it very slow, take it easy, and drink your water. All right, now. Peace.